Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Have to unfortunately talk about something that is a reality with Steam and PC gaming in general, especially digital gaming these days, and that is games getting pulled from digital sellers and digital platforms forever, whether it be for licensing issues or other various issues. This one comes from our good friends at Warner Brothers Discovery. You guys know how much I love them these days, so we'll talk all about it. As noted on delistedgames.com, which, by the way, this site's been around since 2016, but give them a look. What a phenomenal site this is. Really tracking all of the games getting delisted. Deserves a lot more love. I mean, I just became aware of it. They kicked off back in June of 2016. Great website. Check it out. Link in the description box below. But this is a reality, again, we do have to accept in the gaming world, especially the modern gaming world. Games are getting pulled. And in this case, it is going to be Adult Swim titles. All Adult Swim titles are going to get pulled. More developers come out and confirm that they were contacted by Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company behind Adult Swim games, and informed that their titles would be delisted within 60 days. The latest developer to break the news is Team 2-Bit, makers of Fist Punch, which has been on Steam since 2013. Man, oh man, Warner Brothers Discovery... I feel like they're going to be one of the most hated companies by, like, the end of this year, especially in the gaming world. I feel like they're hated in a lot of other entertainment sectors, but in the gaming world, a lot of people, I feel like, still aren't familiar with WB Discovery. WB Discovery is the merged company of Warner Brothers and Discovery, headed by one David Zaslav. How about you guys just go pull up David Zaslav's Wikipedia page and read, like, the opening paragraph on it? And usually, whenever they have an opening paragraph on Wikipedia about someone and then it ends with some sort of controversy, never a good sign. But, yeah, you guys can make of that what you will. Delistedgames.com has a rundown of all of the games published by Adult Swim Games. However, there are some titles that were published by Adult Swim Games, but then they ended up not being published by Adult Swim Games, so they ended up being self-published games or another publisher took over the helm. Those are included in this lineup as well, but those games will probably stay on the platform, but we'll go over them just in case. Battle Chef Brigade, Death's Gambit, both of those have the asterisk. Desync, which is available on Steam. Duck Game, Fist Puncher, Glitterman Grove, you have Headlander, Kingsway, Mega Coin Squad, Pool Panic, Rain World, which Rain World would be super unfortunate if that got pulled. Thankfully, that is no longer published by Adult Swim Games. Rain World, super aesthetically pleasing game to say the least. Hopefully that does not get pulled. Rick and Morty, Virtual Reality. Yeah, it's a Rick and Morty title. Rise and Shine, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, which, let's be real, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time wasn't like this, amazing game or anything like that, but like, yo, Samurai Jack hits home with me like Jack, Samurai Jack. That I grew up with Samurai Jack, and it was nice to have a new video game with Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, and this was a game done by Soleil. Soleil has actually developed some other kind of notable games, including Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, and 2022's Valkyrie Elysium. So, those titles aren't probably that relevant to you guys, but still, Samurai Jack, notable IP. If you have any affinity towards Samurai Jack, that's probably a title you want to pick up, you want to add it to your library, figure out a way to do so, because once it's gone, it's gonna be gone forever. So yeah, keep that in mind. Small radios, big televisions, a Sound Dodger, Super House of Dead Ninjas, Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe, Traverser, Volgar the Viking, which is no longer published by Adult Swim Games, thankfully. Wasted, a post-apocalyptic pub crawler, Westerado, Double Barreled, you have Major Mayhem, and then Pocket Mortars as well. All of those games are to be pulled within 60 days. Now, again, some of those games, like a Death's Gambit, Rain World, thankfully, they are no longer published by Adult Swim Games, so they will probably be okay and stay on the platform. But this is just an unfortunate reality when it comes to digital games, especially digital license games. It's these licensing issues that is the big deal. I'll talk about it every time we talk about games getting pulled because of licensing issues. Transformers War for Cybertron, Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Not even the biggest Transformers fan in the world, but those games are absolutely phenomenal, and the fact that we can't get those games readily makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. I don't know if we could get to a point where the licensing issues for those games can be resolved. I believe Activision was the original publisher of those games, and I want to say those games were developed by like Moon Studios. We gotta figure out a way to preserve those games. Those games in particular are two of the titles that I look at and I'm like, yo, it is straight up depressing that people can't play these games anymore. And then there's other titles like Deadpool. I think it was Deadpool 2013. I ended up really enjoying that game. Thankfully, I have it in my Steam library, and I have Deadpool the Definitive Edition. I believe that got pulled as well, which is a bummer. That game wasn't a blowaway title or anything, but I thought it was hilarious, and I did have a good time with it, so certainly that's a game that, you know, it would be nice if people could play. And then a title like Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time, I feel like to me, this is the biggest one that's gonna get pulled. Samurai Jack is an IP I feel like so many of us have a lot of nostalgia towards, you know, watching it growing up. It was just a great time watching it, and it's not like this game was blow away, but it does have a very positive reception on Steam. 1,200 reviews, 85% positive. That's nothing to scoff at. It's 76 on Metacritic as well. The game was received fairly strongly, but it is going to be getting pulled. Now, it is $39.99 if you do want to buy the game, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Like 40 bucks for a game like this is definitely way too much. Hopefully it does go on sale before it gets pulled, because that's always going to be an issue. Now, there was a physical copy released by Limited Run Games, but guess what? That goes for a pretty penny. So, like, yeah, you ain't trying to get that. And, you know, the crazy thing is, after this game gets pulled, that limited run copy of it probably going to shoot up in value as well, because that would be the only way to get a copy of the game with it getting pulled from various digital storefronts. So, if you guys have, for whatever reason, if you have a physical copy of Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, I could see that being quite the collector's item, to say the least. And then you've got other games getting pulled as well. Again, this is just one of the more unfortunate things in this new era of gaming. If you do want to preserve games, it's really difficult to do so when you talk about licensing factors in there as well. If you guys don't know, licensing agreements, whether it be music, cars for a lot of these racing games, they have a term in which you can utilize that content and sell that game utilizing said content, but once that licensing agreement expires, you can come back to the table and renew that licensing agreement, but the issue is, games get older and older. Is it financially viable to renew a licensing agreement with a car manufacturer for a racing game? Let's say Gran Turismo 7, by the time Gran Turismo 11 is out. Like, ain't nobody trying to go back and, at least not a lot of people are going to be trying to go back and play GT7 when GT11 is out. That's kind of how these things work, but just an unfortunate reality that you have to face in today's gaming. And this seems to be more of a WB standpoint rather than just straight up licensing issues. But Warner Brothers, who are the parent company behind Adult Swim games, they are noting to developers of these games that they're going to get pulled within 60 days. Just unfortunate all around. But that is going to do it for me. Again, unfortunate news. Even if these are games that you're going to meme on and be like, oh, these games aren't relevant whatsoever. Who cares about Samurai Jack, bro? Jack, Samurai Jack. You know, I get it. Like, some of you guys are just gonna be like, oh, these games don't matter, but they matter to some people, and it's more of a preservation issue, and games being readily available. And yes, you'll always be able to sail the high seas, so to speak, and get these games, but as far as native copies of it, that's where it's a little bit of a bummer. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.